Welcome to Fenway Park as we get ready for the middle game of a three-game series between the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, a nice victory last night in the Red Sox homecoming against the Baltimore Orioles. Finally a blowout for the Red Sox. And it was really the top of the Red Sox order that got it started for Boston. Ellsbury, Victorino, and Pedroia combined to go 9 for 13 with 6 extra base hits. Shane Victorino set a career high with 7 RBIs, most at Fenway by a Red Sox player since Nomar Garciaparra on his birthday back in 2002. Dustin Pedroia extended his hitting streak to 8 games and now has multi-hits in 4 of the last 5 games, while Ellsbury recorded his 15th 3-hit game of the season, which tied him for 3rd most in the majors. We welcome in Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley and Eck. Last night, a terrific night for the Red Sox offense and a great night for Shane Victorino.
What a night for Victorino. I don't think we'll ever see him bat left-handed again. He is absolutely locked in right-handed. This little guy, I don't want to call him little, but last night he had major power like a big man. 2-run shot off a chin, bullet into the bleachers. Next time, 3-run shot that put this game out of reach. And then a double the last at bat for 7 RBIs. You know, the Red Sox have gotten everything they could have hoped out of Victorino so far. We've seen his defense, we've seen everything. Now we see his power.
Well, tonight the Orioles will have Bud Norris on the mound. The Red Sox counter with John Lackey. We'll come back and talk about John Lackey. It's been a strange season. We'll tell you more when we return to Fenway Park. For Game 2 of the 3-game series between the O's and the Red Sox. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Well, John Lackey's on the mound tonight for the Red Sox. He is 8-11 and maybe the best pitcher in the majors who has a record under 500, largely because of the lack of run support that he's received this season. The numbers are staggering. Red Sox are averaging 5.6 runs of support a game for their starters this season. That ranks second in the American League. However, John Lackey is averaging just 3.96 runs of support, which is the lowest among Red Sox starters this season, 9th lowest in the American League. We welcome in Dennis Eckersley again, and Eck, it has been a tough year for John Lackey, who's pitched great, just can't get any run support.
He really has. I mean, he's pitched as good as he's pitched his whole career this year with the Red Sox, and there's always a slot in the rotation that doesn't get any runs, and this happens to be the slot that Lackey's in. And in his 11 losses, 5 shutouts. That's 0 runs. You know, I'll tell you what, if there wasn't a pitcher as good as he was in that slot, it could have been worse. He could have been worse than 8-11. So he's done his job this year, and maybe from here on out, he might get the run support, like last night, all the runs they scored for Dubront.
He's probably watching last night thinking, save some runs for me. We'll see what happens tonight as the Red Sox offense tries to keep it going in Game 2 of the series. Big night last night for Mike Napoli. He'll try to do it again tonight. We're back with the first pitch right after this. In part by Kia of New England, Dunkin' Donuts, the all-new 2014 GMC Sierra, McDonald's of Boston, Toyota's official website for deals by Toyota.com, Verizon Fios, your Northeast Mazda dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. Welcome you back to Fenway Park as the Red Sox take the field tonight, led by their starting pitcher John Lackey. As the Red Sox take the field, let's check out the Orioles starting 9 tonight from Fenway. Nate McLeod came into the game late last night, leads it off tonight, and is in left field. Manny Machado is at third base. He bats second. Chris Davis at first base in the 3 spot. Adam Jones in center field cleanup. Nick Markakis in right field with J.J. Hardy at shortstop. Matt Wieters does the catching, batting 7th. Wilson Betemit getting his first start of the year for the Orioles. He is the DH, and he bats 8th with Brian Roberts at second base, batting 9th. He led off in last night's game. Now let's head down the road with FW Webb and look at the season numbers for tonight's Red Sox starter John Lackey. His 24th start of the year. He is 8-11 with a 3.17 earned run average. 147 2/3 innings, 130 strikeouts, only 32 walks, and opponents sitting at 250 against Lackey. And the loss last time out, it was an outstanding effort by Lackey, but the Red Sox did not score in that game as he went 8 innings giving up 2 runs. He had 6 strikeouts and did not walk anybody. Red Sox defense is brought to you on Nesson by Southwest Airlines. Xander Bogart starting at third base with Stephen Drew at short, Dustin Pedroia at second base, Mike Napoli at first base, left to right in the outfield, Daniel Nava, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Shane Victorino. Jared Saltalamacchia tonight doing the catching for John Lackey. Now the umpiring crew, Marvin Hudson has the plate tonight calling the balls and strikes, with the crew chief Tim McClelland at first base, Marty Foster at second base, and Wally Bell, who had the plate last night, is the umpire at third. Tonight's game is available in Spanish by pushing the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game. Well, The conditions tonight just under 70 degrees at 69 degrees to start the game. Breeze in from center field at 9 miles per hour, and the forecast mostly cloudy for the remainder of the evening. The lights are on here at Fenway Park as we get ready for the second game of the series. And Lackey watching the Red Sox offense last night, hoping to get some of that offensive help tonight. It's been amazing. Like we've said it so many times this year, he's 8-11, but this guy has had a very good season.
Probably one of the best seasons he's had in the big leagues. I know that record should probably be just the opposite, but he's pitched so well, and so well at home going into this game with a low ERA, 5-2 at home, which has been great. Control's been great. His strikeouts are up. I mean, he'll give up a home run here and there, like last time out. Ramirez took him deep, but that was really the only bad pitch that he's made. This guy came back from Tommy John as good as we can ever expect it.
Well, John Lackey ready here to work to Nate McLouth. Leads it off for the O's. And the first pitch will miss for ball one, and we are underway. I mentioned McLouth coming into the game last night defensively is a series of defensive switches for the O's when the game got out of hand, as this one is fouled back.
Well, the pressure is on Baltimore. There's no doubt about it, because this road trip that they're on, they're going to go to New York and then Cleveland, two clubs that are vying for that wild card slot. And their starting pitching has been so bad, as we saw last night.
Soft grounder, and it's Napoli who flips to Lackey in time to get McLouth. That became a pretty close play, as it turned out, at first base.
Well, you know, McLouth could run, so when he hit this ball, this play develops so slow. You see a little chop right there, but Lackey does his job. He gets over and just barely gets him out.
One down for Manny Machado. 294 average, 11 home runs and 61 runs driven in. Fouls it off to the right, out of play for strike one.
Well, they got some guys that hack early. This guy in particular, and then I know Jones, he's swinging. But the most patient hitter on their club probably is Davis, and he's a guy that used to swing all the time.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You think about the way he used to be in Texas, and to find him be the most patient is amazing. But he has had an incredible year. 46 home runs, 118 runs batted in, a .302 batting average. He is really the only guy between Miguel Cabrera and winning the Triple Crown for the second straight year. Cabrera leading in RBIs and in batting average, but 3 home runs behind Davis for the top spot in the American League.
That pitch was a little bit too good. Machado is a good low ball hitter, is what he is. And I'll tell you, Lackey's had that real tight breaking ball last game against the Dodgers, down and away.
Machado grounds it up over the mound. From short comes Drew on the run, and not in time. Beating it out is Manny Machado. Close play.
You knew this had a hit written all over it, because it's a chopper. As soon as it got over Lackey's head, he took too long, Drew, to unwind and throw this thing. Machado runs decent and beats this out. An infield single. What a good pitch, though, he made contact with.
So Machado at first base with 1 out of the inning for Chris Davis. Davis at .302, 46 home runs, 118 runs batted in. As he takes a pitch inside.
They try to crowd him, is what you try to do. You don't want this guy to extend. He's had some success off of Lackey. Hitting about close to 400. He's taken him deep just once.
This is lined sharply to right field. It'll get down. Back towards the corner as Victorino chases it down. Machado being waved around all the way from first base. Here comes the throw to the plate. Won't be in time. Up the line with the throw, and the Orioles take a 1-0 lead. So Chris Davis knocks in his 119th run of the year.
Back-to-back pitches inside. He doesn't get this fastball in far enough. You see fastball down and in, just not in enough, and he gets the big part of the bat on the ball and hooks this ball down the line. It stays down there, which is trouble, which is going to score Machado, because the relay to Pedroia had nothing on this ball throwing into plate. He didn't have to dive. He could have scored easy.
So scores all the way from first base on the double for Davis. 1-0 O's. And here is Adam Jones. Jones an all-star for the third time in his career. First time that he has earned the starting nod in the all-star game. 297, 27 home runs, and 95 runs batted in. Back-to-back Gold Glove awards for Adam Jones as he takes strike one.
Guy hitting close to 300, who I think is a guess hitter. He looks so bad on some pitches, and it tells me he's just looking something and leaving. It's the only way you look that bad.
I remind you to donate tonight if you can. Night 2 of our Red Sox 12th annual WEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon here from Fenway Park. And to make a gift, call 877-738-1234. And the phone lines will be open till midnight tonight here at Fenway Park. We'll be hearing from some patients as well as doctors tonight in night 2 of the telethon. 1-1 pitch. Oh, down and away, and it is 2-1. Angels in Tampa Bay again tonight. They're in the first inning without a score from St. Pete. Fly ball hit out towards right center field. Ellsbury moving back to make the catch. Shy of the warning track, but deep enough that Chris Davis can tag and take third base.
Hit the ball the right part of the ballpark for Lackey, because that wasn't a very good breaking ball, but it hung up easily for Ellsbury to get run underneath this pitch. You see the hanger? That ball's hanging big time. He gets some extension, but that's a big part of the ballpark to try to drive this ball out or over the head of Ellsbury.
So 2 down. Davis 90 feet away at third base. A run in here for the O's. And here's Nick Markakis. He's 75, 9 homers, 52 runs batted in. And a pop-up foul off third, racing over his Bogarts, and he won't have a play.
Just what he needs is a play like that, diving into the dugout. The ball didn't stay up in the air long enough to even get over there. Runs out of room. Nobody's going to help him.
Went in a little awkwardly there. And the cement is at the bottom of the fencing, but appears to be okay. A little pop up. Now Bogart's coming down from third base, and he'll get there. A running catch in foul ground to end the inning. The Orioles get a run, take a 1-0 lead. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, the Red Sox batting order is brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers. Well, Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off in center field. Shane Victorino in right. Dustin Pedroia at second base. It was this trio that really got everything started last night. David Ortiz, a DH in the cleanup spot with Daniel Nava in left field. Mike Napoli at first base with Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching, batting seventh. Stephen Drew at shortstop, bats eighth. And Xander Bogaerts in the number 9 spot and at third base. On the mound tonight for the Baltimore Orioles, his numbers brought to you by Nissan, is Bud Norris. Combined numbers between Houston and Baltimore, his 28th appearance, 27th start. He is 9-10 with a 4.22 earned run average. 118 strikeouts to 57 walks. And a tough time last time out in an Orioles uniform against the Oakland A's. Gave up 7 runs in 4 2/3 innings. Ended up getting a no decision in that effort.
Hasn't really pitched all that well for them. They probably scored him some runs. See what happened last time out, but they plucked him from Houston. This kid was really Houston's ace, and they've got control over him for the next couple of years, which was important for them. But they need starting pitching so badly. Earlier they got Scott Feldman from Chicago. You see him in the rotation, but the Red Sox blew out Chen last night, who had been one of their best starters. This kid's got pretty good gas, a little slider, a little two-seamer, a little changeup, a little work in progress with that changeup. Very deliberate. We're watching closely for him.
1.35 seconds in between pitches closely. But he has picked it up lately in the last 2 starts. Orioles have tried to make a concentrated effort to get him to speed it up a little bit. In 2 career starts against Boston, both with Houston, he's 0-1 against Boston with a 5.25 earned run average. The only time he's pitched here at Fenway was back on April 28th with the Houston Astros, went 6 innings, giving up 3 earned runs. It's outside, 2-2. Ellsbury, Victorino, and Pedroia here in the first inning. Ellsbury fouls it off and stays alive.
See that tight little slider that he has, and he tried to hump up on that fastball the pitch previous. Threw it pretty hard, but that's a pitch that I don't care how hard it is. You got to get it in the zone.
Fly ball, foul off to the left, out of play. Still 2-2. He's got a fastball, a cutter, a curveball, slider, and a changeup in his arsenal. And individually looking for his 10th win of the year. Outside, ball 3, full count.
There you go again. He's trying to hump up right there. First inning, trying to find his way. Big, strong kid. 6 foot, about 220. That's stocky.
Outside, ball 4, and he misses at 94 miles an hour. Ends up being an 8-pitch at bat before he loses Jacoby Ellsbury. Well, the Orioles defense is brought to you on NESN by Verizon Fios. Manny Machado down at third base with J.J. Hardy at short. Brian Roberts at second base. Chris Davis at first. Left to right in the outfield, Nate McLouth, Adam Jones, and Nick Markakis. And doing the catching, Matt Wieters for Bud Norris. Again, the Orioles in fielding percentage, number 1 in the American League.
They could set a record this year, least amount of errors. They've got a great defensive club. And you see the starting pitching must be real bad because they're catching everything they're supposed to. They can't catch balls that go over the fence.
Well, Ellsbury at first base, taken off of the first pitch, and it's dropped by Wieters, easily stolen by Ellsbury. That didn't take long.
Wieters probably the best throwing catcher in the American League. Gets a fastball, a little fake bunt by Victorino, but he drops it. He wouldn't have thrown him out anyway. You get that running start is what Ellsbury's been doing a lot of, and easy stolen bases.
So 48 of them on the year for Jacoby Ellsbury. Now in scoring position with nobody out. Norris with the bluff off the backside.
a little bit too easy, isn't it? Ball 4, first pitch, he's on second.
Happened quickly.
Why not pitch out? Why not?
And their first strike is Victorino. Looks back at Marvin Hudson, and it's a ball and a strike.
You wonder when he's going to hit left-handed again.
Things have been going pretty well right-handed.
It's amazing to me how this has happened. I mean, somebody's saying he hasn't hit right-handed off right-handed pitching since he was 19. I don't know if that's an exaggeration, but
I don't know who your source is.
Farrell said that.
That's a pretty good
That's
source.
a pretty good source.
Yeah, that's a good source.
He wouldn't exaggerate, would he?
No. I didn't know who your source was.
It was
That's
him.
solid. That is a really good source.
Thank you. So he said it.
2 balls and a strike to Victorino. And Shane will line it to short, caught by Hardy, who takes a look at second base, and no chance to double up on Ellsbury, so Victorino retired.
Victorino was looking to get him over on those couple of bunts, but couldn't do much with that line drive right at him.
So Ellsbury at second base, 1 down. Dustin Pedroia the batter. 302, 8 homers, and 73 runs batted in for Dustin. Inside for ball 1. And Pedroia has hit safely in his last 8 games now, and over his last 8 games hitting at .424. Three for 5 game last night with 2 doubles and 2 runs driven in. Part of the 13-run attack here last night for Boston. Strike over the outside corner, and it's 1-1. The fastball's been around 94 miles an hour.
Well, if he puts it right where he threw it right there and then throws that little cutter slider, he could be tough. See this 94, it's not on the black, but I'll tell you what, you can live there.
Norris, 28 years of age, resides in Houston, Texas, where he played until the trade that brought him to the Orioles. He is the 25th pitcher to appear in a game for the Orioles this year, and the 14th different pitcher to start a game.
It's more than last year.
In the dirt, 3-1.
You know, they were talking about Garza. Who was going to get Garza? And I think Baltimore was after him. The problem was they were just renting him for a couple months. With this kid Norris, they've got control over him for a couple of years. That had a lot to do with why they made the decision to go with Norris.
But as you mentioned earlier, the Orioles, you look at their starting staff, and just not the same as it was a year ago, and not the same success level at all.
I didn't think they were going to make it last year, but what happened was Tillman threw good, Gonzalez threw good, and obviously the bullpen was lights out.
Yes.
I mean, that was magic last year, and I thought they played better than the Yankees. They should have went farther in the playoffs.
They won that 1-game wild card game against the Texas Rangers. The first time ever they've had that. This is on the ground, barehanded. Norris flings it to first for the out, and on to third goes Ellsbury. That was a dicey play. It almost looked like he was going to throw it away.
What a play! This is a great play. He could have thrown it away and it would have been an ugly play, but this turns out to be a great play. This is his only chance to throw him out, because if he sets, he's not going to throw him. And you see, off balance, ball's low a little bit, but you see Davis pick it, and he looks like he got him easy because he let it go as quick as he could. But if he would have continued, I don't think he would have thrown him out. It was a do-or-die play.
So he gets Ellsbury to third base. The Norris picks up the second out of the inning. Here's David Ortiz. 316, 24 homers, 79 runs batted in for Big Papi. 7 hits shy of 2,000 in his career. He's now made 3 starts since leaving on the 21st of August in San Francisco due to some low back tightness.
Hasn't looked all that good at the plate. Like something was bothering him. Even last night, he didn't have a lot of good swings. He was upset. One at bat, threw his bat down.
He'll take this inside, 2-0. Center fielder Adam Jones over towards right center field for David DePaul. The shift in the infield. But they lead. Brian Roberts pretty close to the infield grass. Not going deep into right. Ortiz going to go to left with this. Nate McLouth onto the dirt of the track to make the catch that ends the inning, and Norris gets out of the inning unscathed. We'll have a special guest here in the booth when we come back. It's 1-0 O's. On this annual WEI Message Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, Dr. Brian Crompton joins us now. Brian, welcome to the booth.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
This is a great event, the 2 days here of the Jimmy Fund, and a great relationship between the Red Sox and, of course, the Jimmy Fund over the years. You work with a lot of the kids. Tell us a little bit about what that experience is like and how the research is going.
Yeah, well, it's the research has been going really important. Working with the kids is very exciting. I saw Darla sing the national anthem yesterday, and that was fantastic. I've taken care of her before, and she's just such a sweetheart. And it's kids like that make you want to show up at work every day.
What is your specialty?
We don't super subspecialize in pediatric cancer, so I take care of kids with leukemia, solid tumor. I tend to work more on the solid tumor side, but a little bit of both.
You know, it's almost up to what, $2.5 million they've raised. How could that help?
Yeah, so this is super important, the money that's getting raised right now, because one of the things that people don't realize is how tough it is to get funding these days. And you hear a lot on the news about politics and how there's this sequester, but that really affects our research, because most of the research dollars that go to funding cancer research come from the federal government. So, instead of worrying about how the tax dollars are going to come back to us, the viewers out there can just donate directly to the Jimmy Fund today, and they can make a difference, and we can put that money straight to research without worrying about all the hassles and bureaucracy that's out there, and try to make sure that every kid that we see and every kid that you guys meet today doesn't have to go through this in the future.
Some of the stories are always amazing during the telethons 2 days. They have been for a number of years, but it seems like things are progressing. It seems like it is getting better. It's becoming easier to treat, and with these dollars, more research is done to make it better, to make it easier, make your job easier.
Yeah, but I think it's really important to say that we're really not there yet. I mean, we're curing more kids, and we're even getting close to that 85-90% cure rate, but we're using really horrible, toxic chemotherapy. This isn't like you go and you get a pill over the counter. You go home, you take it for a few days, and then your infection's gone. I mean, this is stuff that makes kids very sick. It keeps them in the hospital, gives them fevers, and to be honest, our treatments even have a risk of our patients dying just from the treatment itself.
How gratifying is it for you to work and save children's lives?
Yeah, it's incredibly gratifying to see kids who come in, and you meet parents at their absolute most devastated moment in their lives, and you help them get through those first couple of days. You give them a path, you give them a plan, and you help them get through those first horrible days, and then to see them at the other end, graduating from college and doing all those amazing things that we just take for granted, that in their parents' mind they had just lost the chance for their kid to ever do.
And a swing and a miss here for Wieters. That's back-to-back strikeouts for John Lackey, who has 2 in the game. Visiting with Dr. Brian Crompton, who's a pediatric oncologist at Dana-Farber Center and Institute and Jimmy Fund Clinic. Why did you choose Dana-Farber? What was enticing for you?
Oh, it's absolutely, for pediatric cancer research, it's the best. Really, it's definitely the best in the country, and I would argue the best in the whole world. And so, I felt like if I came here and I learned from the best, then I could make the biggest difference. And, we're just trying to find new, better cures so that, we cure everyone and we don't make anybody sick while we're trying to cure them.
And again, the number. The 1 pitch. 877-738-1234. And doctor, if there's someone out there who's thinking about donating tonight, what would you say to somebody out there who may be thinking about doing it?
I mean, there's nothing better you can do with your money. There's no better guarantee you can get on what your money is going to go to, on what power it has, and you can really make a difference.
Well, Shane Victorino backs up and right and puts it away. Doctor, thank you very much for coming up.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it a lot.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you guys.
It is a 1-0 Baltimore lead from Fenway.
Welcome back to Fenway Park. The Orioles have a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the second. And I think something we've learned over the past 2 days is how much a difference we can make when all working together for one common goal. Raising over $2.4 million for the Jimmy Fund right now. We're hoping that number keeps going up and up. And I've talked to many of the Red Sox players, and they said they understand the importance of the Jimmy Fund in their everyday lives. So for our AT&T Twitter question of the night, we want to know the influence that you feel that athletes and teams can have on these special events like the Jimmy Fund and these causes. So tweet us your feelings using the hashtag #MakeADifference, and it will reveal some of the tweets later in the game.
All right, Jane, thank you very much. Well, you, of course, were a member of the Red Sox a couple different occasions for that matter, but you had to realize when you arrived here for the first time how important the Jimmy Fund was really to the whole Red Sox family.
Oh, totally. Right away. I mean, I got involved. That's back in disco time. Imagine that. That's like, forget about it. I hate to even remember that, but I had a disco party
for the Jimmy Fund.
For the Jimmy Fund. That was my first, actual event getting involved. And it's so long ago, but it's sort of been, for New England, I think it's like the fabric of this whole part of the country, the Jimmy Fund. It's spread all out New England, and any Red Sox player that's passed by will forever remember the Jimmy Fund when he goes on from here.
And Daniel Nava with a swing and a miss. Down in the count 1-2 is Nava, Napoli, and Saltalamacchia at bat here in the bottom of the second inning. Orioles into the shift on the right side.
You think he should shift him this much? He doesn't. He's not that. To me, he doesn't pull this much.
I can't think of another team that has shifted this dramatically against Nava as this one fouled off to the left.
They sort of, the third baseman, which happens to be Hardy, the shortstop, before there was 2 strikes, he would play a little up.
You can donate 877-738-1234, 877-738-1234. 1-2 pitch rides outside at 95 miles an hour.
Kid's got pretty good gas early in this game.
And Norris got out of a jam in the first inning after he walked Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury stole second base on the first pitch, got to third, and was left there as Ortiz flied out to end the inning. And now striking out is Daniel Nava to start the second inning. First K for Bud Norris. Well, each year NESN is proud to donate thousands of resource hours helping to make the WEI NESN Jimmy Fund radio telethon a success. And every year we're also happy to reach into our pockets and make a gift to the Jimmy Fund to help this year through the generosity of fellow co-workers, some of whom you have seen on our Yawkey Way stage in the broadcast booth and volunteering on the phones. NESN staff and crew are making a donation of $15,500, which the network will match for a total NESN contribution of $31,000. So we thank everybody who we work with at NESN and for all of their efforts, and all the volunteers have been manning the phones for the last 48 hours as well.
Yeah, the number now is $2,470,000.
Mike Napoli batting with one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Napoli, who offensively has really picked it up lately. He's 6 for his last 13. He's homered in each of his last 2 games.
And this is what can happen at any given time. And last night, this ball was launched over everything and on that roof. We never see balls on that roof.
Napoli fouling it off the catcher Matt Wieters. The home plate umpire Marvin Hudson giving him some extra time. It was a pretty good jolt he took. Still trying to shake off the cobwebs. There is a 1-2 pitch. Close pitch, but call the ball. 2-2.
That's what it amazes me about what Molina is doing in the National League. The way he can hitting what, close to 330. I don't know how any catchers can hit
at this time of year, especially.
I mean, he is special. Molina might be the best catcher in the game. This guy's an excellent catcher, but his average is way down. I mean, he hit some home runs, but it's hard. I mean, to even hit 270 as a catcher playing every day.
Sitting 231 coming into tonight's action. And size-wise, has always kind of reminded me of Carlton Fisk.
Oh, absolutely.
Napoli strikes out, couldn't hold up, kind of changed his mind in the middle, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Bud Norris, 2 down.
This is a biter. This is his slider. Watch this thing bite down and away. That's why you have a funny swing like that.
Quick zone on Essen is brought to you by Amica. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance.
They're pulling everybody. They're pulling. I mean, there's more shifts. I keep saying this over and over. And I'd say that Salty does pull the ball. But I didn't think Nava was a guy that pulled the ball that much to have a shift like that.
There's a ground ball foul as he pulls it down towards the Tartberry. Salty at 271, 11 home runs, 52 runs batted in.
I don't know if his swing is shorter left-handed. I think he's cut it down right-handed more than left-handed. He's a much better right-handed hitter this year.
Against right-handed pitching, hitting at 286, 234 against lefties, and 10 of his 11 home runs have come off right-handed pitchers.
Obviously, his power is from the left-hand side. He can launch some balls. But he was an out batting right-handed before. I didn't think he got as many opportunities to bat right-handed because he didn't swing it all that well, but he sprays it around a little bit left-handed.
He's going to miss for ball 3, 3-1. I'm curious about these pitchers meetings because now they are pretty extensive, it seems, before each series. I mean, what did you guys have? I mean, were you ready for every hitter before the game? Did you discuss every hitter?
I tell you what, when I played, you have to chart in the dugout. You know, and
right.
I didn't even know what the pitches were. I just kept saying, "What was that? What was that?" People got crazy. Said, "Watch the game," you know. So now you see everything. It's all about film. I mean, you could watch everything, but I had a great memory. I mean, most pitchers do. I remember exactly how I set the guy up and this and that, but you can't beat what they do now. You go right in the dugout, bang, you get it instantly.
I just wonder if there's too much information.
Yeah.
Some guys thinking too much about what they know.
Right.
How to get guys out. 3-2 is strike 3. Saltalamacchia is out, and Norris in impressive fashion strikes out the side. 1-0 Orioles through 2. Have a chance to see your Red Sox at Fenway Park this week. The Sox take on the Baltimore Orioles, and the Chicago White Sox then battle the Detroit Tigers next week. Get your tickets now for these great matchups by calling 877-RED-SOX-9 online at redsox.com/tickets or visit the Fenway Park ticket office. 1-0. Orioles have the lead over the Red Sox. We head into the top of the third, and Brian Roberts, who led it off in last night's game, that's 9th in the Orioles order tonight and leads it off here in the top half of the third inning. 5 in a row retired by John Lackey in a good second inning. You were talking about it earlier, Eck. There always does seem to be one guy in the rotation that just cannot seem to get any run support for whatever reason. That guy back in our studio, Tim Wakefield, was one of those guys at times, but this year it's truly been John Lackey.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you play with the Red Sox long enough, you know, you're going to get some run support, pal. Yeah, I'm telling you. You might have a couple of, you know, streaks where you don't, but for the most part, if you stay here long enough, you're going to get some runs to work with. You know, you forget about some of the games where you give up 5 and get a W over the course of your career. I know I forgot all about those. I deserved every win I got.
Take a look at the offensive support. The Red Sox have supported the starting staff, which seems strange when you look at the number at the bottom, 3.96 for Lackey. He has not reaped the benefits of those runs scored. And as a result, coming in at 8-11, and he walks the leadoff hitter here in the third inning. Frustrated with himself. That was the first free pass that he has allowed.
Well, he should get frustrated. He doesn't walk anybody this year. I mean, this guy has had great command. His strikeouts are up, walks are down. You know, you become a perfectionist, you know, when you have good control like he does. A big guy like him with great control.
Good size lead first for Roberts. Starts and stops as taking a pitch outside for ball 1 is Nate McLeod.
This guy used to steal close to 50 bags. You see all the bags he stole over the years. Hadn't played in a couple of years. He's not the same threat anymore, but you can run on Lackey. He takes a while to get deliver.
Outside again, 2-0. McLeod grounded out to Mike Napoli at first base in the first inning. There goes Roberts. The pitch is a ball, and the throw is not in time. Roberts steals second base. Pretty good bid by Jared Saltalamacchia. And a stolen base for Roberts.
They make this fairly close. It's a decent jump, I guess, but he doesn't run like he used to, and this play is close. This is probably as good as Salty can do it. If he had that throw on a dime on the bag, it might have got him.
Only his third theft of the year. He's in scoring position with nobody out, and the 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike. 3-1. On deck, Manny Machado with nobody out here in the third inning. Nate McLeod came up in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization, a few years in Atlanta, back to Pittsburgh, and now his second season with Baltimore as Lackey battles back for strike 2. McLeod, a big part of the Orioles team last year that won the wild card. Foul back and out of play.
He was a huge part for that team. They just sort of, he came off the scrap heap. Everybody thought he was done. You know, he had such a nice career starter in Pittsburgh and then went to Atlanta and just lost it a little bit. I mean, this is what you have to do. You have to find those guys, whether it's outfielders, short relievers.
Here's a pop-up in foul ground. Bogart's down from third base, will make the catch. A bit of an adventure there in the end, but Bogart's able to make the grab. Second foul pop-up that he's handled in this game.
That's the second adventure is what it is. That doesn't look very pretty. You think it's no big deal. You move from short to third, but I guess it's just I mean, that's not pretty at all. It's supposed to be a can of corn. You get underneath it. makes the pitcher nervous. Don't be dropping that ball. It's going to cost me pitches.
It's all about Denny.
Come on, it's the team, though.
Right.
You don't want me to throw more pitches.
It's Denny's team,
but the
though.
team doesn't want me to throw more pitches.
Throw to second on a pickoff bid, but back to the bag safely is Roberts.
Ooh,
how close Pedroia was.
Got him leaning, but you don't throw that pickoff play very often. You just don't.
Too dangerous,
and
isn't it?
It really is. And then you spin around and you got
fire it into center
field. You know, you fire it. It's not worth it. It's not like you practice that thing.
We'll do it again.
I mean, you think about it as a pitcher, when you throw on the side, you don't practice your pickoff move at second, do you? When you're in the outfield?
I don't know.
Let's try that one. Hey, get a buddy to play catch with. You go back there and I'll spin and throw it to you, right? That's why pitchers throw the ball away all the time. Even a ground ball back to the pitcher. You say, why can't he throw it to the bases? Because you don't practice it.
Why not?
Oh, I kind of, because my throw to a base is sidearm, even worse than when I throw sidearm, but way underneath, and the ball sails a little bit on me.
I always kind of wondered about that. I mean, you see so much PFP during spring training, all the drills they do, and then that's it.
That's it.
I mean, that can't be enough.
Unless you're a lousy team and you have a bunch of young players, and they say, before the game, we're going to have practice. You don't see that, do you?
You don't even see infield anymore.
No. But you do. You have to practice it a little bit. Like a couple hop skips and then throw to somebody, right?
Yeah.
You have to learn how to skip, crow hop, as they say.
Taking off for third is Roberts. He will be out. Bogart's got the tag on. Roberts never even got to the bag as it turned down. Saltalamacchia again's him down. Takes care of that.
That is a bad play by Roberts. Just a bad play. I mean, this is a good throw by Salty right there. He puts the tag on, literally puts that tag on him. Interesting play by Bogart. He takes him out with the tag. Kind of got stuck in his spike or something, but that's not a good baseball play on Roberts' part.
High drive in the deep left field off the bat of Machado, and that is going to ride out of Fenway. His 12th home run of the year, and sort of highlights the play by Roberts being thrown out at third base. It's only a solo shot, as it turns out, but Baltimore takes a 2-0 advantage. What a drive that was.
Whoa, that's only 9 at bats off of Lackey, and that's his second home run off of Lackey early in his career. And it just sort of looks like a cutter that just doesn't get out there enough, and he gets extension on this ball and he loses it. Thank goodness Roberts was out at third.
That's the 20th home run given up by Lackey of the year.
You're going to give up home runs. I can live with a solo. You're around the plate as much as Lackey is. You're going to give up some home runs.
Well, that's the key. One run.
One run, yes.
So a 2-0 advantage now for the Orioles. And Davis jumps back out of the way of a pitch down and in. He doubled in the first inning. And that scored Manny Machado all the way from first base. And the Orioles the 1-0 advantage, now on top 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
The problem when they don't score you any runs is you feel like you can't make a mistake. It's tough pitching like that. Give me a couple run lead and it just makes you relax a little bit.
I think of his last outing in Los Angeles. This is driven to right and back to make the play as Victorino spun around at first over the wrong shoulder, recovers to make the grab. Machado's homered. Orioles have a 2-0 lead. every at bat. Well, there's an app for that. MLB Preplay is the official prediction game of Major League Baseball, and it's free to download on iOS and Android. Download now at NESN.com/preplay and play along during every Red Sox game. Well, Manny Machado with a solo home run has the Orioles on top 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the third inning. And Stephen Drew to lead it off here in the last of the third. Again, we hope you will donate tonight to the Jimmy Fund as part of our 12th annual WEEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. 877-738-1234 is the number.
Boy, Norris had a big inning last inning, huh? Punched out the side, nasty slider, froze Salty on a fastball.
With 3 straight Ks, getting Nava, Napoli, and Saltalamacchi all down by way of the K. This inning dealing with 8, 9, and 1 in the Red Sox order. Well, you look at that rotation going on the left side of the infield now with Drew back in there tonight and Bogarts at third base. Middlebrooks, who had a couple of hits last night, sits tonight.
Everybody pulls the ball that's left-handed except for, I guess, Ellsbury. They play him straight up.
Well, there's ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Drew down to first base. Second walk given up by Norris, and the second leadoff walk given up by Norris. Well, right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Visit Ace Ticket for great seats at the lowest prices, either for a game or for all of this summer's hottest concerts. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Xander Bogaerts, 3 for 9 so far in the major leagues. As he takes strike 1. Was a defensive replacement in last night's game. Came in at third base. That's when Middlebrooks shifted from third to second base. So his numbers with the Pawtucket Red Sox this year at .284. He's 3 for 5 in the series against the Dodgers, as a check on Drew has him diving back safely.
You don't expect Drew to run. He's kind of snuck 4 bags this year.
This is to center field. Jones coming in into the diving catch and into a roll to make that grab. Able to make a terrific catch and then into a tumble as Bogaerts robbed of a base hit there and Drew back to the bag at first.
This ball was falling quickly. I'm surprised he didn't go into a full dive. Hanging slider into the bat by Bogaerts, but you see Jones. This is why he is a golden glover. Doesn't even lay out. You see a backhand on a dead run. This is a great athletic play. That ball was falling quick. I thought it was a hit. Most guys go into a slide or a headlong dive. He caught that thing in stride down by his shoe tops.
He's a great outfielder.
That's a shoestring catch.
That's exactly what it is.
That's a shoestring catch.
1 out, 1 on. As Jacoby Ellsbury bats and sends it to left field. McLeod's not going to get this. It gets down. And a base hit that as Drew takes second, and the Red Sox have their first hit of the night.
Didn't hit the ball all that hard, but placed it perfectly. That's Ellsbury. When he's got it going on, he'll throw something over there. That's how you hit 300, when you throw some flares over the other way.
So 2 on, 1 away, and it brings up Shane Victorino. Shane lined out to the shortstop J.J. Hardy in the first inning.
You remember guys used to bat right-handed off a wake.
Yes.
Even though they were, when they're, I knew it was. The center fielder with the Yankees used to do it all the time.
Bernie Williams.
Bernie Williams, thank you.
I always kind of wondered why. What kind of advantage you get right-handed rather than left-handed. Buzzed inside. 93 miles an hour.
Got a little purpose behind that. Victorino got hit last night too. 3 for 3, got hit once, walked once, went deep twice, double down the line. He did it all last night.
7 RBIs in the game last night for Shane. 2-0. Dustin Pedroia waiting on deck.
There's that 35-second thing that he probably does when there's guys on base.
Broken bat foul, and it is 2-1. Victorino will go get a new bat. We recognize Shane Victorino for going the Firestone complete extra mile. His 4 runs scored, 7 RBIs game last night. Was the first by a Red Sox player since Dwight Evans to do the same back on August 18th of 1988. Victorino's effort is recognized by Firestone. We know what it's like to help drivers go the extra mile. And Dwight Evans in the ballpark tonight in the Legends Suite.
What a great career he had. He really did.
Tremendous.
The longer he hasn't been out of the game, the more I think he's a Hall of Famer. His numbers, because the game has changed with numbers. As far as on base is more important. You look at Dewey's numbers, you look at him in a different way.
The guy who appeared to blossom really in the second half of his career more than the first half, at least power number wise.
Yeah, and his on base was better. And I know he hit he led the American League in home runs in the 80s. But he scored a lot of runs. I mean, he had a great career. And again, obviously the Golden Gloves in right field. But he just didn't get the attention that you need, I guess. I mean, because he came and went on the vote. And guys kind of get overlooked that first time on the ballot.
This is into center field, a base hit for Victorino. Stephen Drew is being waved around. Throw's going to be off the mark and backed up by the pitcher. Red Sox are on the board, and it's Shane Victorino again driving in a run.
Once again, Victorino batting right-handed off a right-handed pitcher. Just does a ball inside on him. He hits a line drive up the middle. Kind of got on his fist a little bit, but still a line drive to center. This throw by Adam Jones is way offline. Luckily, Norris is backing up. Do a one hopper to him, but that's an ugly throw.
So the Red Sox get on the board. Runners at first and second, 1 out. That walk proves to be troublesome for Bud Norris here in the 3rd inning. He walked the lead batter in 2 of the first 3 innings. This one costs him as that runner scores. Now Dustin Pedroia gets a chance. First to bluff off the backside, no throw.
Well, he's got that on his mind. You know, Ellsbury at second base. Victorino, obviously, double steal is a possibility, but there's, you know, you got Pedroia at the dish. It's one thing to do it once, but twice is, you got to concentrate on the hitter. Hello.
This is inside, ball 1.
And then you throw a ball like that. It looked like it slipped out of his hand a little bit, but his best pitch is that hard cutter slider.
He's definitely into slow down mode right now. A 1-0. And Pedroia takes it down low. Did he go? No, says Tim McClellan, first base umpire. And it's 2-0.
See that little cutter down away? No way, not even close. He's not. Why even ask? Begging.
That'll miss. Appeared to be a good pitch. 3-0. A bit high there for Norris. He'll take a stroll around the mound.
This pitch is pretty close. He's sitting outside. The ball's up and in. Caught the top of the strike zone.
6 3-ball counts for Norris in this game. In the 3rd inning with 1 down. And Pedroia taking all the way, takes ball 4 to load the bases. 2nd walk of the inning, 3rd walk of the outing given up by Bud Norris. Castro, the pitching coach, headed out here for the Orioles.
How do you go from punching out the side in the 2nd inning to just an awful inning so far? Leadoff walk. Well, probably the worst thing you can do is throw a leadoff walk. And then you got Pedroia up there and Ortiz on deck, and you don't throw a strike to him. And you're trying pickoff moves at second base.
Beth Israel Digness Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, invites you to join the walking club. Sign up today and get a cool wristband. There's everything you need to start a walking program for better health. Find out more at bidmc.org. Bases filled with Red Sox for David Ortiz. David flied out to the warning track in left field in the 1st inning. Ball 1.
Well, he's lost his rhythm, is what he's lost. That's what happens when you go a little rain delay out there.
Too low, 2-0. He has been behind most in this inning.
That might have been the first changeup he's thrown all night. What are you going to do now, 2-0? There's a rocket waiting to happen.
Pretty good position if you're David Ortiz right now. Bases loaded, 2-0 the count. He takes the strike. It was a pitch away. Would have had trouble doing anything with that anyway, but it is now 2-1.
It was challenge time. He just happened to paint. See a fastball. It's in a good position. Not a good pitch to swing at anyway. Let him have that.
Fouled straight back. David frustrated. 2-2.
Nasty backdoor cutter. He looked like he was right on it. Down and away. You never know with David. He could hit the ball off the left field wall if he was a little late.
Ortiz now, Nava next. Red Sox batting here in the last of the 3rd inning, trailing by a run. They've scored a run in this inning. Swing and a miss. Ortiz strikes out. So a big strikeout for Bud Norris, his 4th K, 2 down in the inning.
The ball didn't break. It's supposed to be a slider, cutter, whatever, up and away, and it just didn't break. And it kind of fooled him.
The foul tipping it into the Matt Wieters mitt. So Ortiz 0 for 2 in the game. Base is still loaded. 2 down for Daniel Nava.
It's like a backup breaking ball he got away with.
Nava struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1. Takes strike 1. Back to the fastball on the outside corner at 94. That's pretty much where he's been with his fastball. 94 miles an hour.
But he hasn't been dotting it like that.
Ellsbury at 3rd, Victorino at 2nd, and Pedroia at 1st. 2 outs in the inning. Foul back, 0-2. We'll start following Nesson on Twitter for the latest breaking news and programming alerts. It's all available on your computer and mobile device. Follow us on twitter.com/Nesson. Bases loaded, 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Daniel Nava down in the count 0-2. And Bud Norris trying to get out of this inning, allowing just the 1 run. Working around 2 walks and 2 hits.
Punched him out with a breaking ball last time up. That's got to be on his mind.
Strike 3. Nava takes it. Red Sox leave him loaded. They do get a run. It's 2-1 Baltimore. Brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. You always put others first. Wouldn't it be nice if your bank did the same thing with products that make life easier and a commitment to helping those in need? Here, your first Eastern Bank. Comfortable night tonight in Boston as we play the middle game of a 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Orioles. Orioles get a run in the 1st, a run in the 3rd. Red Sox answer with a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but leave the bases loaded. Now Adam Jones leads it off and swinging at that first pitch per usual.
They're trying to go deep. A little late.
Jones flied out to the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury, in the 1st inning. Foul tipped at the plate, 1-2.
It's that tight breaking ball that he's got. I think it's a cutter, but it's more break, like a slider.
Adam Jones, a terrific pickup for the Orioles, part of the Eric Bedard deal with the Seattle Mariners. Swinging a foul back. George Sherrill, also part of that deal, worked out very well for the O's.
You know, he's been here so long, it's like I don't even remember that.
Yeah. Remember him briefly in a game against the Red Sox in Seattle. He was in left field. And Bedard, of course, well traveled after that and included a brief stint here in Boston. 1-2. Takes a hack and fouls it straight back.
These guys always smell the bat, don't they, when they foul it off? I don't get it.
Burning of the wood.
I guess. It's just a habit, I think. You see it all the time.
One-two fouled back, still 1-2.
Boy, he just challenged him right there. I was waiting for him to throw him that little cutter breaking ball. He went right at him.
It's time to party.
Yes, he's partying. He's not afraid to party.
Cannot be afraid to party.
Yes.
Unless you have mediocre cheese.
You have salad.
The 1-2 is low and away, and it's 2-2. Now Jones will be followed by Nick Markakis and J.J. Hardy here in the top half of the 4th inning. Back to Lackey, who fields and throws for the first out of the inning. Nicely done by John Lackey. Send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, we got some good news down here. We just reached over $2.5 million raised for the Jimmy Fund, and I'm lucky enough to be joined by Chris Latender. Chris, can you tell us about your diagnosis from the beginning?
I was diagnosed with T-cell lymphoblastic lymphoma and leukemia in January of 2011, stage 4. I went through intensive chemotherapy and got in remission about 9 months later. Last May, I found out that the cancer had came back, both of them, and it was stage 4 again. And my doctor in Springfield told me that I had no choice other than to get a stem cell transplant. That regular chemotherapy would maybe work temporarily, but wouldn't do a permanent fix for me. So he recommended that I go see Dana-Farber and see Dr. Anton and his transplant team. I saw them right away, and we pretty much immediately began doing outpatient chemotherapy, which didn't work. Then they admitted me for a month, got me in remission, and as I got out, I got a phone call from Dana-Farber telling me that my brother was a perfect match for the stem cell transplant. It was actually bringing Nathan and Jack to their baseball game. I had to pull over to the side of the road, and I told them, and all 3 of us were just emotional in the truck as we were on their way to their game. It was just, the chances of him being a match were slim, and to be a perfect match, it was crazy. Then now that I was in remission, I had to get the transplant, so I had to get admitted again for another month. Got the transplant, and now I'm a little over 1 year post-transplant. Back to work, back to scuba diving, what I love to do, and I couldn't have done any of it without my wife, Shelly, and my 2 boys for hanging in there with me. It's been a long road, but definitely worth all of it.
For people at home, you know, very emotional story here that may be thinking, should I pick up the phone and donate? What's your message to them right now?
Dana-Farber and Brigham and Women's have just an amazing program, especially with cancer and stem cells. The research is always changing, and the funding is needed. And without people donating, we need research. We need research to advance and to help people like me. And in the future, maybe one of them have to go through what I went through, or other people, and save more lives. But you have to donate in order to do it. And I can tell you, these guys and my wife really appreciate all the money that's come in over the years through the Jimmy Fund, Dana-Farber. Just a blessing. So fortunate to be here right now.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. You guys have a pretty strong dad there. Don, back to you.
All right, Jane, thank you very much. As they will say that he goes around here, J.J. Hardy strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning. 2nd time he struck out tonight. And that is the 3rd K for John Lackey. And the number going up again here, $2,555,181. Again, certainly love to see that number jump tonight. 877-738-1234 is the number. 877-738-1234 to make your gift. 2 down in the 4th with Nick Markakis at second base and Matt Wieters the batter. He promptly lines one to left, and Nava makes a running catch just through the glove out to make the grab that ends the inning. 3.5 done. It's 2-1 Baltimore. Powered by Eastern Bank. Put your family first, job first, even your team first. Isn't it time someone put you first? Eastern Bank does just that with products like Eastern Free Checking. Here, you're first. Eastern Bank. Now we head to the bottom of the fourth inning back at Fenway. It's a one-run game. John Lackey pitching well again tonight, but again, not much in the way of offense from his offense. They have one run so far and left the bases loaded last inning. As they come to bat, try to rectify that situation here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Mike Napoli, Jared Saltalamacchia, and Stephen Drew will be along. 6, 7, and 8 expected in the inning is Bud Norris. Throwing 63 pitches through the first 3 innings. Napoli takes ball 1.
Pretty impressive the way he got out last inning. Bases loaded, punching out Ortiz and Nava on sliders. But like you said, he's 64 pitches right now. He's not going to make it all the way.
This one fouled straight back, 1-1.
A lot of stress pitches last inning.
The Red Sox had the bases loaded with 1 out. He promptly struck out David Ortiz. Struck out Daniel Nava looking to end the inning. He's got 5 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. Struck out the side in order in the second inning. And jumps ahead here, 1-2. Saltalamacchia then Drew to bat in the inning. Chopper to third. Machado across the diamond. And there's the first out of the bottom of the fourth inning. So Napoli retired, and that'll bring up Jared Saltalamacchia. Salty struck out looking in the second inning. They're going to go into the shift again. Machado moves from third base into short right field defensively here for the Orioles. He'll take strike 1.
Pretty simple windup he has, huh? Just not a whole lot of movement. Keeps his hands in one spot.
It's interesting, John Lester had changed the plane of his hands earlier this season. You don't really realize, at least I don't. You probably do, based on the fact that you probably worried about your hands a lot as to where they are. But amazing how some guys say so quiet and don't move really at all. And this is a pretty good example of it.
Absolutely. But, you know, it seems like it would be hard to make the ball move. He's got a little cutter like John does. John's got a great cutter, but this kid out there, it looks like everything's pretty easy to pick up. Kind of straight fastball.
Not much in the way of deception.
No, not at all. Finally pitching with something on the line. He's been with Houston for so long. Nothing happening down there. He was probably thrilled to get out of there.
The Astros 44-87. They're 32.5 games out. Things are not going well.
No. I thought it was going to be worse. Because I thought it was going to be historic, like lose 120 games or something. That's the division to be in. You got
the West.
Yeah, you're locked into what, 15 games. You're bound to win 15 from them.
So foul back.
Everybody's taking advantage of that. That goes into why Oakland's beat them up. About the only team that hasn't beaten them up, I think, was the Angels. That's why this division is so difficult to win 95 games.
This is line down the right field line, foul. The Ford Summer Spectacular is here, and it feels so good to get a blockbuster deal on a new Ford car, crossover, SUV, or truck at your New England Ford dealers. 1 out in the fourth inning. 2-2 pitch to Jared Saltalamacchia. And foul off to the left. We're talking about the American League East. So you got to wonder how many teams are going to come out of the East as far as the wild card goes. And you're really going to win the division. You want to win the division anyway. You take your chances in a one-game playoff is obviously very scary. A wild card scenario.
Oh, absolutely. That's where Tampa, you know, the way that they're playing, they'll play so well. Whoever plays, you know, in this division second place is. It's like last year Atlanta. Atlanta had a great year, but Washington had a better one. They won the division. They had a one-game playoff with St. Louis and lost. I really think it shouldn't be a one-game playoff. It should be 2 out of 3, but you haven't got enough time.
No. You'd be playing it in November if you do it that way.
I don't know who to pick right here. You know, I'd have to say the A's.
To right field, Markakis not going to get there. It drops down for a base hit. And Saltalamacchia takes a wide turn, but holds on with a one-out single. Red Sox collect their third hit of the game. One out, one on for Stephen Drew. He walked on 4 pitches in the third inning and scored. Red Sox lone run of the night.
Drew is 6 for 12 lifetime off of Norris. He's had some success.
There's a lot of time spent for Stephen Drew in the National League. Strike one.
Well, he saves that changeup for left-handers. That wasn't really a good one. It was right down the middle, but took something off.
Grabs the outside corner. There's credit for it. It's 0-2.
Boy, he's tough when he, you know, dots that outside corner. He's got a little biter, slider. I don't like his changeup all that much, but the pitch count is going up.
Yeah, this will be the 79th pitch of his outing through 3 1/3 innings. And on the outside corner for strike 3. And Drew thought it was too far outside. There is strikeout number 6 for Bud Norris. 2 down to the inning.
Well, I guess it's too close to take an 0-2 pitch. This ball probably is a little bit outside, but when I'm on the mound, I got to have it. It makes pitching a lot easier, but that's a ball.
Two down, Saltalamacchia at first base. Sander Bogart's the batter. He lined out to the center fielder Adam Jones on a good running catch by Jones last time. Now grounded to short. Hardy will go to second base for the force out that ends the inning. We're through 4 from Fenway. Orioles have a 2-1 lead.
Are bigger and better things happening every day. Win a sleek brand new Audi A5 or your share of $1,500 worth of gas. Earn entries all Labor Day weekend and double entries on Sunday, September 1st. The Audi Labor Day giveaway, September 2nd at Foxwoods Resort Casino.
Top half of the fifth inning, it's 2-1. The Orioles have the lead over the Red Sox. Wilson Benjamin leads it off here for the Orioles as he'll take a strike over the outside corner. Benjamin fly to right field, and Shane Victorino in the second inning. And fouls one off to the right, out of play.
Benjamin, he had a nice year for them last year. He's been around the block too. A lot of teams. Kansas City, New York. I think he started with the Dodgers. Meanwhile, he had 12 home runs for them last year. They got production out of some unknowns.
12 homers, 40 RBIs a year ago. Broke into the big leagues with the Atlanta Braves back in 2001.
Then he went to the Dodgers.
I do not see the Dodgers on his list.
Well,
let me take a look.
Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before.
Atlanta 01, Atlanta 04, 05, 06.
Never mind.
Oh, no, hang on. You're right.
See,
why is that in such small letters? Look at that.
See, I told you.
2007. You were right.
Meanwhile, he got punched out.
He strikes out. It's the fourth strikeout for Lackey. First out of the fifth. I take issue with his Orioles media guide. Because everything else is in capital letters when he's in the majors except for this.
Yes.
I mean, look at that.
That's a nasty hook.
See what I'm talking about? Everything's in big letters, whether he's in Atlanta, New York, Chicago, Detroit. They're all big letters except for the little L.A. there in the middle.
See, luckily you saw it, or I would have looked bad, right?
Yep. I was going to give up on you.
I know. I was ready to accept being wrong, too.
Yeah, you were there.
Wasn't I?
Yes. It was really good of you, except you were right.
But I remember, sometimes it sticks in my brain. I remember a guy somewhere, and I'm not always right.
10 home runs with the Dodgers in 07. There's a liner to left field for Brian Roberts, and a base hit.
A lot of breaking balls by Lackey to the left-handed hitters. He gets one up to Roberts. You see this breaking ball? He wants this ball down. That very hittable. Doesn't try to pull it. Let's see if he's going to try to steal some more bags.
Did steal one and then was caught trying to steal the other as he tried to take third.
1 for 2 is not good in the same inning, right?
Not the way it worked out, especially after the next guy, Manny Machado, hit a home run, which would have been a 2-run shot instead of solo shot. For the first, and back to the bag is Roberts. Blue Jays have a 7-2 lead over the Yankees tonight in the fourth inning, while Tampa Bay has a 1-0 lead over the Los Angeles Angels.
How about Kuroda getting knocked around again? Gave up 4 home runs his last time out.
That's not good for the Yankees.
And then we knocked him around, right?
Yes.
He's been their best pitcher. And now he's fallen on hard times. You can't help it. I mean, the guy was so good. I mean, he's getting up there. Was he 38? Something? He's got to be up there.
What do you see in CC Sabathia's inconsistency this year for the Yankees?
I mean, he's short. I mean, he's short. And it's easy to say a guy's just his velocity's down. That's it. But, you know, he's over the middle of the plate. They're not missing. You know, they're hitting a lot of home runs off him this year. More than ever.
Fly ball to center field. Jacoby Ellsbury moves over and makes the catch for the second out of the fifth inning. Well, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 donation this season. 2 outs in the inning. Brian Roberts at first base, and here's Manny Machado, who is 2 for 2. Reached on an infield hit in the first and scored, and a long solo home run in the third to pick up his 12th home run of the year.
I mean, you just got to be careful first pitch with this guy. Him and Adam Jones, careful.
Takes that for strike one. Get another look at his home run from the third inning.
Ball, he's trying to get this ball in, I think, and it cut back over the plate. And he launched that ball over everything.
Like he slings it over to first base, got a sidearm, and back is Roberts.
He's paying attention, is what he's doing. He knows he's got to do something different because he's just too slow to the plate.
Fly ball to right field. Shane Victorino has it lined up. He put it away and left it first as Brian Roberts. We're halfway through. The Orioles on top 2-1. Fun, health, and for life. One way they do this is through the RBI program, which stands for Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities. We salute our friends at HB Hood who support the Red Sox Foundation. And of course, Red Sox 12th annual WEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. And again, you can donate tonight. 877-738-1234. Again, 877-738-1234. And the number right now, 2,584,119. The second night of the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. We play into the bottom of the fifth inning. It's 2-1. Orioles have the lead. And Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off here against Bud Norris. Shows bunt and takes ball one. Ellsbury has been aboard twice tonight. A walk in the first inning and a single in the third.
There he goes again, dotting that outside corner. I mean, if you dot it enough, you're going to get an inch or two out there.
Fly ball to left field. Nate McLouth onto the warning track to make the catch for the first out of the inning. First time that Norris has been able to retire Ellsbury tonight. One down here in the fifth. And that'll bring up Shane Victorino. He had 7 RBIs in last night's game and has the lone Red Sox RBI in this game. RBI single to center field in the third. And scored Stephen Drew, the Red Sox only run.
He missed altogether probably a good month when you add up all the games that he missed. Had to be close to 30 games that he was missing in action. Not in the DL all the time. Everybody just sort of sitting him down, trying to hope he didn't have to go in the DL a couple of times. And that hammy's given him trouble a lot.
Hamstring, lower back problems, nagging injuries. Of course, running into walls does not help. He's done that on occasion. Ground ball this time to J.J. Hardy. A high hop. Throws out Victorino. 2 down. Well, your Eastern Mass Lexus dealers bring you the pitching line for Bud Norris. 4 2/3. 3 hits, a run. He's walked 3, struck out 6. 85 pitches deep into his outing. Has the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Well, the only struggle of an inning he had the 3rd, and he dug himself out of that jam in the 3rd inning. Bases loaded, 1 out by striking out Ortiz and Nava. But the pitch count is high.
Well, he's starting to feel it a little bit the way he's going at it. Trying to attack the strike zone.
It's going to be a good feeling. You go the first couple of innings not feeling right, then all of a sudden you're like, there it is.
Yeah, especially this 5th inning is a big one for him. He doesn't get very many pitches. He feels like he can get deeper into this game.
His offense has not been able to do much with John Lackey. Only 2 runs tonight for the Orioles. Lackey threw the first 5 innings. 2-1 is a tad high. 3-1.
There, so strike 1, and then he can't find the strike zone. He hasn't got the greatest rhythm. He does take, and not that he takes a long time when there's nobody on, but still, I mean, you get it and throw it, you got a better chance of painting.
Loses Pedroia, ball 4. That is the 4th walk given up by Norris, and the 2nd time that he's walked Pedroia in the ball game.
The second I said he's feeling it, he throws 4 balls in a row. Go figure. He's not feeling it anymore.
The moment is gone.
The moment is gone. It came and went.
Now the runner on. He's got to deal with David Ortiz as the Orioles go into the shift.
Doesn't it feel like David is due?
Yes. 0 for 2 in this game tonight.
Maybe because it was a road trip. They went to California and he didn't really swing it all that well out there, so it seems like a month.
He's 0 for his last 16. Yes, he takes ball 1. S&S Express, proud sponsors of the Red Sox, and during the season they'll donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every home run hit by the Sox. That $869,000 has been donated. S&S Express committed to helping the cause. The 1-0. And Ortiz takes the strike right down the middle. It's 1-1.
Not a ball that he probably could have handled anyway. Punched him out last time on a backup slider.
Fly ball down the left field line. Nate McLouth over towards the corner, and he'll make the catch in front of the wall. 2nd time David is flied out to the warning track and left through 5. 2-1 Baltimore. As we head to the 6th inning here at Fenway. And of course tonight is the 12th annual WEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, and we have asked once again that if you can donate, please do it. 877-738-1234. Certainly a special couple of nights here at Fenway Park, as this one is driven out to right center field and will be gone. A home run. Chris Davis hits his 47th home run of the year, and the Orioles take a 3-1 lead. So Davis with the home run, his 47th, and it is now 3-1.
You see a high cutter here to Davis, and you know he knows what to do with it. Home run number 47. You're just hoping that it went to the left a little bit and stayed in the ballpark. But he hit it far enough. Once again, what a great year this guy's had.
So it is 3-1 Baltimore. And this one is sharply hit to short for the first out of the inning. Like we have a special guest with us, of course, tonight, throwing out the first pitch here at Fenway Park, the siblings of the late MIT officer Sean Collier. And they're all here tonight. Jennifer Lemmerman is along with us, along with friends, family, brothers, and everybody's here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Sean. What can we know about Sean?
You know, Sean was a big sports fan, so he would have really gotten a kick out of this. And he, of course, was a huge supporter of the Jimmy Fund. So the way that tonight has brought both of these things together, I think he would have really thought this was nice.
What would he have thought of you guys throwing out the first pitch here tonight at Fenway?
I think he would have teased most of us for our performance, especially me. He probably would have done better. But no, I think he would have appreciated what that means, both for honoring him and the things important to him, and for the Jimmy Fund.
My understanding is that he was a regular donator to the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, and an amazing night here tonight. Pedro Martinez meeting you as well here at the park tonight.
Yeah, he was. This was actually something that started through the WEI Telethon. Sean and I had a summer job together when we were younger, and we sat in a small room doing some computer work, tedious work, and we would listen to the radio to pass the time. And one week it was this very telethon, and he would talk about the kids that he learned about on that telethon. We'd be driving home, and he'd mention them, and it really affected him. So he went home and he made a donation, and he kept doing that for the rest of his life.
Well, we thank you so much, and I know this has to be a very tough year for you all, but thanks for bringing all your family to Fenway Park, and thanks for helping out.
Thanks so much for having us.
Red Sox trail 3-1 from Fenway. today, presented by People's United Bank. Adam Pellerin and Leah Hextall will bring you everything you need to know about the day in sports. To preview tomorrow's Patriots preseason finale against the Giants with Shalise Manza-Young, and bring you the best of the 2013 Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. All that, a recap of tonight's Sox game and more comes your way immediately following our Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today. Well, a 3-1 lead now for the Baltimore Orioles thanks to the solo shot by Chris Davis, who adds to his league-leading total, now 47 on the year. 4 more than Miguel Cabrera, and Davis showing off that home run power.
You know, he didn't even get it.
No, I didn't think it was going, to be honest with you.
He didn't even get it all, and he hit that ball about, what, close to 410. Like I said, you're just hoping it went to the left a little bit in that triangle. It would have stayed in the ballpark.
Instead, it is gone, and the Orioles have a 3-1 advantage as the Sox come to bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It doesn't seem like that long ago that we were sending our thoughts and prayers along to the Collier family, and very nice to meet his family here today. The siblings of the late MIT officer Sean Collier just joined us last half inning. Jennifer Lemmerman, who is kind of the spokesman on behalf of the family, but they also had brothers Rob and Andrew and sister Nicole here, and many of their friends in the back of the booth. They had 7 of them all together about the first pitch.
This was a big night for them. A lot of pain, as we know.
Two balls and a strike here to Nava. Left center, hooking back towards McLeod. He'll go into the dive and not catch it. Jones backs it up, and Nava's aboard to begin things here in the 6th inning. Looked like McLeod was going to get there.
I thought he had a beat on this when he went into the slide. I thought he was just going to catch this ball. Ball sinking quickly on him. He goes to the slide, and he kind of just whiffed it a little bit. His head's bobbing up and down.
And there is action in the bullpen. Francisco Rodriguez warming up in the pen here for the O's. There's Scott McGregor, who is the acting bullpen coach in the bullpen, along with Francisco Rodriguez. As mentioned, Rick Adair away from the club at the moment. And McGregor has been in the minor league coaching staff for a long time in the Orioles organization. Very good pitcher in his own right.
Oh, absolutely.
A very good guy as well. A chance to get to know him quite well over the years.
There's a guy who didn't throw very hard, but got guys out. He had a distinct pitching motion.
Part of an Orioles franchise that had a lot of great pitchers.
Yes, a lot of great pitchers. Year in and year out.
Napoli will take the strike, and it's 1-1. Mike didn't like the call. Red Sox have the lead runner on here in the 6th inning. 3rd time in 6 innings. Going away, 2-1. Morris hanging around here into the 6th inning. Is in an even 100 pitches tonight. His season high is 122. So he surpassed the average.
Flip a coin tonight, though. One paintball, next ball's way out of the strike zone.
There's the strike, and it's 2-2.
You always feel like you're one pitch away from tying this thing when you got a guy like Napoli. Ball he launched last night makes you think every swing of the bat he's got a chance to lead.
Outside, ball 3.
Threw him a 2-1 breaking ball. Let's see if he's going to throw him a 3-2 breaking ball.
He is deep in thought right now.
Might not be long for this game. What do you got down there? Give it to me. What do you got? Fastball away.
And it's fouled back. 94 ended up more than away.
Let's go. Bounce around.
Who do you want bouncing around, Wieters or?
No, I want him to bounce around.
Okay.
He's taking his sweet time. I can't go 3-2 and take a long time to get back up there, right? I mean,
takes too much time.
This is the pitch of the game. We don't need to be thinking about it. Let's go. Boom. Hit it.
Takes a look over in the direction of Nava, who has a short lead at first. And a foul off to the right out of play. Back to the fastball again.
That's a good pitch right there. That was paint. Fouled it off. Make him do it again. Can he do it again? 94 down in the zone. Little got plate. Kind of beat him. What do you got? What do you got? Fastball away again. Oh, he's going to throw him a slider. Yes.
And he strikes him out with it. Into the outside corner as he gets Napoli. That is the 7th strikeout for Norris in the first out of the 6th inning.
I think you got to tip your hat after you saw 94, the pitch before. You know, this is not a big breaker, but it catches plate inner half. And he knows it.
Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pitch Zone. Has set it out to make the move here. There's Buck Showalter. That's going to do it for Norris. 7th strikeout is the last out that he makes. 3-1. Orioles have the lead. Who departs after 5 in the 3rd inning. Still responsible for Daniel Nava at first base. As a new pitcher, Francisco Rodriguez into his 14th game of the year. 2-0 with a 3.55 earned run average. 20 strikeouts in 12 2/3 since coming to the Orioles. 234 opponent batting average against K-Rod. Jared Saltalamacchia, the first batter that he will face. And a grounder to first base, picked by Davis. They go to second for 1, back to first for 2. That worked out very well for Francisco Rodriguez. Double play ends the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-1 Baltimore. Beyond expectations this season at NESN.com/10th player. You could win 4 Cooper tires in a road trip to Baltimore with NESN.
That's a tough one, 10th player, isn't it, this year?
It is. There's so many candidates, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who to go to.
There's a lot of guys over and above, I think, what was expected.
Carp, Gomes, Nava would have been the pick at some point, but still a ways to go here. It's kind of a close vote. If you think about it, probably 4 or 5 guys.
Koji Uehara.
Yes.
Down to first base. Has headed over to the bag is Napoli to tag it. Ahead of the arrival of Matt Wieters for the first out here of the 7th inning. So Wieters 0 for 3 in the game, and it brings up Wilson Benemit, who did play for the Los Angeles Dodgers at one time.
I'm glad you saw that.
Very small.
Because I would have accepted being wrong. I really would. But you saw me.
You're okay with it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Maybe I've made a mistake before, but
you watch a lot of baseball, and I know that if you saw somebody somewhere, they definitely played there. This is to deep left. Nava back at the wall to make the catch. Not enough for Benemit, and he is out number 2 of the inning. We'll get set for every Red Sox game on NESN with Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. NESN's pregame coverage of the Sox begins an hour before every game. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union, banking the DCU way. 2 down in the 7th, 5 in a row, retired by John Lackey, and it brings up Brian Roberts, who has been on twice from his number 9 spot with a walk and a single.
pitch count's in good shape. I mean, he throws a lot of strikes. I'll tell you what, he goes out there, he'll give you tonight 75% strikes, but he does that regular. I mean, he is in the strike zone. And then you see tonight a couple solo home runs. You got to live with that.
He's allowed just 1 walk in his last 2 outings.
I mean, you'd think you're going to get more runs. They let Norris off the hook is what happened in this game. They should have got him.
Especially in the 3rd inning, bases loaded, 1 out. So he was able to strike out Ortiz and Nava. Hayes Ticket brings you the pitching line for John Lackey. 6 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk and 4 Ks. A quality start right now.
Yes, better than quality start. But it's not ultra quality because you have to only give up 2 or less.
7.
In 7 or more or whatever.
This is to right and in for a base hit. So on for the 3rd time tonight is Brian Roberts. He was leadoff hitter last night. Tonight he bats 9th and he's been on 3 times.
What a pain he's been tonight. Thank goodness he got thrown out of 3rd trying to steal 3rd. But you see this curveball that got a curveball last time up, hit a base hit to left field. That looked more like a flat breaking ball, not maybe a slider. Who knows?
Throw to first and back is Roberts. Nate McLeod, the batter, 0 for 3.
I look up on that board sometimes and it's 90 miles an hour and they say cutter. And I don't really think it's a cutter. I think it must pick it up with a little spin on it because sometimes they accidentally a fastball cuts a little bit because you can't mean
naturally cuts.
Naturally cuts a little.
But a true cutter would not be.
You could see it cutter. But when you throw it that hard, I mean, it's not like he's.
High fly ball to deep right field. Victorino going back. He will have room and makes the catch shy of the track. It's a 9-pitch 7th inning for Lackey. 7th inning stretch. It's 3-1 Baltimore. Thanks. We look forward to hearing about the Pats preseason finale and learning everything we need to know from the day in sports tonight. Following our Sox coverage comes your way on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. Now tonight on our WEEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, the number up to 2.6. 676,162. And again, the phones are open till midnight tonight. 877-738-1234 is the phone number to make your gift tonight as we head to the last of the 7th inning. And Francisco Rodriguez back on the mound again. On one pitch, he was able to induce a 3-6-3 inning ending double play in the 6th inning. So back out there for the 7th, and a swing and a miss for Stephen Drew.
And that is his pitch, that changeup. He's got a nasty changeup, but he used to have like 95 gas. He's got pretty decent gas. I was surprised when I saw his velocity last night. He threw the ball well. He's got a nasty hook too.
93 that time, and it's 0-2.
can't imagine being a closer for all those years and then run your act out there in the 6th inning.
It's got to be different from a mental standpoint. I mean, you tell me, it's kind of the way you finish your career, right? Was it here?
Yeah, right. I couldn't do it.
Didn't like it.
Didn't like it. It was brutal. I mean, I'm glad I played now that it's over, but when I went through that last year, I was like, why did I do this? You know, I got lit up. It was not pretty.
It's not like much fun.
And Gordon, Flash Gordon was
Tom Gordon.
Yeah, Flash. He was nasty that year.
Line to right, and this is going to get down, head towards the corner. Markakis back to dig it out. Drew is headed for second. He'll get there standing and pull it up with a double to begin things here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Good start to the 7th for Boston.
And that's what you do with a changeup. You wait on it and you hook this ball down the right field line. Nice swing by Drew. We've seen that a lot over the past month and a half. But this is a double easy. It gets down in the corner. Tying run at the plate.
Xander Bogaerts has lined out to center field, reached on a fielder's choice. His 3rd at bat as he gets a start tonight at 3rd base. Softly lined and caught by Roberts. Took a look towards second, but Drew quickly back to the bag as Bogaerts is retired for the first out of the inning. Let's send it down to Jenny.
Donna, got a quick update on Clay Buchholz for you. He threw a quick bullpen session here today at Fenway Park. The next step will be his 2nd rehab start with AAA Pawtucket. That's coming on Friday, where he will throw roughly 50 to 55 pitches. After that, he'll need one more rehab start before he's looking to get back here to the majors. The target date right now is September 10th in Tampa Bay.
Well, if we can get him back September the 10th.
I don't know what you're going to get. I mean, because what we left off on was probably the best in the game. How do you pick up right where you left off, right? I mean, how can you possibly? I mean, it's going to take a while to get back into the flow of this. And then when he does get up here, I mean, they're going to have enough pitchers because it'll be after September 1st. So if he only goes, you're not worried about, you know, burying your bullpen if he only gives you, what, 4 innings or something. But it's going to take a while. You know, you cross your fingers that he's going to be the nasty guy that left off, but I don't know.
You know, if he comes back on September the 10th, and you got a situation where you got, what, 3 or 4 starts remaining the rest of the year, is that enough for him to be ready for a postseason spot?
Wow. I don't know. I just don't know.
Ellsbury fouling it off himself is in some pain.
It's just like a full spring training is what you're saying.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
This has got to hurt. It does hit that pad, though, the top of it. Hooray for that pad. It still hurts. He needs that pad to be a little thicker and a little higher, maybe. I don't know. There's a reason why it's there. Sort of got to wait it out, I guess.
Well, Advil is the official pain reliever of the Boston Red Sox and proud supporter of Volunteers. Go to Advil.com to find out about the Advil Relief and Action campaign. Toby Ellsbury may have some Advil after the game. You don't get that stuff everywhere.
You're on top of your game, man.
Through at second with 1 out. Ellsbury has been on twice tonight, a walk and a single. Flight out to left field last time up. This is away on the fastball, 1-2.
He just wants to show you that fastball. He wants to get you out on some little funk, a little change up.
They've seen the Orioles have Darren O'Day warming in their bullpen behind Francisco Rodriguez with 1 out of the inning. There's Shane Victorino waiting on deck. Drew opened up the inning with a double, still there with 1 down. On the ground up the middle, and Hardy will save a run as he throws to third. And diving back to the bag is Drew. That gets through. Drew scores, but instead Hardy flags it down and behind second. It's a base hit for Ellsbury.
Ellsbury gets another fastball. A surprise he threw him another fastball, and he didn't try to do too much with it either. Just chops it up the middle. Great play by Hardy to hold this ball in front of him, and the throw to third is not close, but he saved a run for them.
Jacoby Ellsbury still trying to walk off that injury when he fouled the ball down by his shin. And trainer and John Farrell out to check on him once again. As the pitching change here for the Orioles. O'Day coming in. Baltimore has a lead over the Red Sox, one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Coors Light as we look back more on Shane Victorino's memorable game last night. Victorino, the first player since Milwaukee's Corey Hart in 2011 to have a 7 RBI, 3 extra base hit game while batting from the number 2 slot in the order. From a team standpoint, Sox game last night was their 8th this season with at least 8 extra base hits. Number leads the majors. Francisco Rodriguez responsible for the runners at first and third as Darren O'Day takes over here for the O's. His 61st appearance of the year, 5-3 with a 2.41 earned run average, 55 strikeouts at 13 walks, and opponents hitting at 221 against him. His 60 games tied for 4th most in the American League among relievers.
If there's a time to bat left-handed, this would be it with this submarine frisbee throwing guy.
Very tough on right-handers as he fires to first, and back is Ellsbury.
And that's the problem that he has. He has problems with left-handed hitters, obviously, because they can pick it up. But he's devastating against right-handed hitters. This tells me a lot. I was going to say,
with that in mind, this should tell you a lot.
It tells you everything.
He can't do it.
No.
Victorino bunting at it, and he punched at it for a strike.
See this little frisbee that kind of goes up and sideways and takes a lot off of it. It's hard to really time that pitch. Can't help but bail when you're hitting right-handed.
Runner goes. The throw down for Ellsbury is not going to be close. Ellsbury steals second base. So apparently leg feels all right as he steals second. His second theft of the night.
That's a big stolen base. That's a money bag right there, because that's the tying run. And O'Day takes forever to deliver it again. And he steals these bags like nobody's business. He can take it anytime he wants.
49 now on the year for Ellsbury. Second and third, one out. Victorino defensively fouls it off to the right, out of play. Protecting the plate that time, down 0-2. There's further action for the Orioles. Brian Mattis, who we saw in last night's game, up again.
You got a better chance with that short stroke than you do big power hitting right-hander. He's just trying to make contact.
To second base, and Roberts reels it in. The second line drive that Roberts has made a catch on in this inning, two-way.
What a bad break. Red Sox right there. This is a good piece of hitting. Little frisbee once again right at Roberts. Not too much of a difference. You see that slider didn't really break across the plate. He stayed on it. That could have been a base hit, right field, 2 runs.
So 2 down here in the inning, and it brings up Dustin Pedroia. He was grounded back to the mound and then walked on 2 occasions. They had 2 of the 4 walks allowed by the Orioles starter tonight, Bud Norris. Tying runs in scoring position for Boston here in the 7th inning. On the ground and through into left field, a base hit. Drew scores. Here comes Ellsbury. Throw to the plate will be not in time. Game tied 3-3. Dustin Pedroia drives in the runs.
The only guy that's going to score on that, the backside, is a guy that can run like Ellsbury. And you get a fastball from O'Day down and in. It's kind of sinking. He pulls this ball right in the hole. And you see it get through. Hardy dives, both guys dive, and you see Ellsbury. There's a play at the plate, but the throw by McLeod is just high, just not enough on it. But you see the 2 third basemen, Machado and Hardy, diving. The throw in the air, but Ellsbury safe easy.
Buck Showalter back out to make a change here again, as the Red Sox have tied the score here in the 7th. It's 3-3. To tie the score as Ellsbury fouls one off down near his shin. And foot area, was in some pain, but stays in the game, able to reach first base, then steals second, and comes around to score on the RBI single by Dustin Pedroia. That has tied this game at 3 aside. Now Pedroia is at second base. And the first pitch to David Ortiz is going to miss for ball 1.
McLeod looked like he had to wind up out there in left field, and it cost him a run. Ellsbury coming in. You know, in Fenway Park, you don't score on that ground ball very often from second base.
Ryan Mattis, the new pitcher, and Ortiz will take that a little bit high, apparently, 2-0.
You talk about a C&I ground ball. I mean,
just out of the reach.
Just out of reach of both players.
David O for his last 17 at the plate. Three and 0.
Not what Showalter had in mind.
He's moved on to his 4th pitcher, 3rd in the last 2 innings. Ortiz swinging 3-0, fouls it back.
Well, you don't see that happen very often. Ortiz getting a head start on this 3-0 fastball. Outer half of the plate.
Ortiz just 1 for 17 in his career against Mattis as he lifts the fly ball to center field. Jones out there in center. Makes the catch. The Red Sox score twice and tie the score at 3 aside. Uniform is dirty from a diving catch. You can depend on WB Mason to handle any mess. For amazingly low prices on an all-star selection of cleaning supplies, go to WBMason.com. Place your order and receive same-day delivery. 3-3 game into the 8th. Changes for the Red Sox as Ellsbury comes out of the game. Daniel Nava moves from left field to right field. Victorino from right to center. And Johnny Gomes in the game in left now. And Gomes batting in the top spot in the Red Sox order.
You wonder if he gets out Machado here. Does he get him Davis? You know, Breslow warming up to Zawa.
A 1-1 pitch. Blowing away 2-1. Lackey, very manageable pitch count tonight, 89 pitches as he works here in the 8th inning.
He wouldn't be out there if it wasn't for the 89 pitch count. Well, I got to have this in this situation. 2-1 pitch on the corner, doesn't get it. Now he's got to center something.
Little squibber foul, full count.
3-1 slider. And he's hacking. Ball's out of the zone.
Manny Machado has singled, homered, and fly to right.
If you throw it 3-1, they say you're supposed to throw it 3-2, so you'd look for another slider.
There's a pop-up left side of the infield, and it'll be Bogaerts right around the bag at third, on it, in fact, for the first out of the 8th. Almost stumbled over it. We'll stay with us and after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. Tom Caron, Hall of Famer Jim Rice will break down the game. Jenny will bring you clubhouse reaction. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. Well, John Lackey obviously does not want to come out of this game. John Farrell made the move about 2 steps out of the dugout, but that's not what Lackey wanted. As John Lackey departs after 7 1/3 innings, 7 hits, gives up 3 runs, walked a batter, and struck out 4. Will not be part of the decision tonight. On the other side, Bud Norris no longer part of this decision. He went 5 1/3. Machado has got a solo home run in this game, and Dustin Pedroia with a 2-run single has tied the game at 3 aside. This call to the bullpen is brought to you on Nesson by New England Ford dealers. Red Sox going to the veteran left-hander Craig Breslow to face Chris Davis into his 47th game of the year. 3-2, the 2.17 earned run average, 24 strikeouts at 13 walks, and opponents hitting at 253 against Breslow. Stacked up on the right side of the Red Sox defensively into the shift as Davis takes strike 1.
You know, Lackey did a nice job tonight. I know the low pitch count. He lets him go out there to get the first out of this inning, and you can't afford to let Davis do any damage to Lackey.
So you agree with the move is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's the right move. I mean, he'd love to stay in this ball game. Could have been worse for him. You know, 3-1. They tied it up for him. That's a step in the right direction the way it's been for him as far as scoring runs.
Outside, 1-2. 0 for 5 in his career against Breslow. 3 of them strikeouts. And a foul straight back. On deck, of course, you have Adam Jones, who will be next here against Breslow. Jones 2 for 6 at .333. The Red Sox stay with Breslow. Remains to be seen. You get Tazawa ready to go in the pen.
And you got Markakis right after Jones, so he may leave him in.
2-2.
Who's hiding back there?
Markakis, I believe.
There he is.
Swing and a foul tip held on to strike 3. Breslow comes in and strikes out Chris Davis for the second out of the inning.
High fastball out of the zone is very tempting for Davis. He thinks he can get there. A little foul tip.
Amica Insurance, the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone. 2 down in the 8th for Adam Jones, and he will stay here with Breslow. Jones 0 for 3. He's flying to center, grounded back to the mound, and lined out to short. Line 1 foul down the right field line back into the grandstand area.
Breslow a little sneaky quick tonight.
92 miles an hour, but it looks faster than that. Runs it inside this time, 1-1. 13 straight scoreless appearances over 11 2/3 innings. 4th longest active streak in the American League. Opponent's hitting at just 162 against the veteran lefty. This one fouled back. Pretty good fog rolling in here to Fenway Park at the moment. You look up to the light towers here from right to left, and the fog is kind of rolled in. As the fans donate, you can too at 877-738-1234, 877-738-1234.
Cutter inside.
2-2.
He makes his pitches. You know, he comes out there and he puts the ball on one side of the plate or the other, and you feel comfortable with him facing right-handed hitters. I mean, he's just not that one lefty out kind of guy.
Jones lines to short, caught by Drew. A 1-2-3 eighth. A 3-3 game to the bottom of the 8th. Southwest Airlines, Subaru of New England, Sullivan Tire and Auto Centers, and by Infinity. Well, the Red Sox in Game 2 of this 3-game series against the Orioles won last night. Tonight, a much tighter affair. Game tied 3-3 as they come to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Daniel Nava, Mike Napoli, and Jared Saltalamacchia to bat in the inning. Nava 1 for 3 tonight. Has struck out twice. Last time up single to left. Nava takes strike 1. Brian Mattis came in to get the final out of the 7th inning. So you got Ortiz to fly to center. Back out there to start the bottom of the 8th. Outside, 1-1. Three runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Orioles. Red Sox tied this game with 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning.
You could feel the pressure for the Orioles more than, I mean, it's sort of out there, isn't it? They need this game, and not that the Red Sox don't, but this is much more pressure on them to get this game in. You 3-1. You don't see that happen last year all that often. Everything went so well with Buck Showalter in his bullpen.
Well, you think about it, at the end of the game, Pedro Strop and then Jim Johnson to wrap it up. Now a whole different cast of characters involved. Tommy Hunter, who's been very good, former starter in the bullpen. They got a few of those, including this guy, Brian Mattis, who's a former starter. 3-1 as a swing and a miss. Climbed the ladder on him there. Full count now.
Nava trying to go bridge. You don't see him come out of his shoes so much. 3-1 fastball. He gets it up out of the zone. You don't see him come out of the strike zone all that often.
Swing and a miss. Fastball that time from Mattis. Strikes out Nava for the first out of the bottom of the 8th.
Boy, that is a big out for Mattis. Getting behind 3-1. Has him chase a high fastball, and here comes Buck again. He's going to wear out a path out there.
Pitching change from Fenway. Game tied 3-3. Tommy Hunter coming in.
reminder that the WEI Neston Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon is going on. And earlier we asked fans at home the impact they feel players and teams can have on telethons such like this one. So here are some of the best tweets brought to you by AT&T. Rico said the impact that players have on kids is profound. They lift the spirits of many sick kids and help make dreams come true. Jordan believes that the Jimmy Fund proves that Red Sox Nation is much more than just a group of baseball fanatics. And Eastern Maine Sports says the look on the faces of the children when they saw the Red Sox players today tells you everything. Don?
All right, Jay, thank you very much. One down in the inning. Tommy Hunter. First pitch to Napoli is fouled off to the right, out of play.
Well, Hunter's done a nice job for Baltimore, giving them multiple innings. You see the 53 games and the 69 innings. Did a good job for them last year. Converted starter, started for Texas, came over in that Chris Davis trade for Uehara.
This one fouled back again, 0-2. It's a guy who made 20 starts a year ago. They're settling into that bullpen this season for the Orioles.
He found his niche is what he did. I mean, all of a sudden he started throwing much harder than he did when he was a starter. He got a ball up to, what, 100 miles an hour we saw him last year.
In the dirt, 1-2 now to Napoli. Jared Saltalamacchia waiting on deck. Red Sox batting in the home half of the 8th in a 3-3 game. They check, did he go? No. Says Tim McClellan, first base umpire. 2-2.
Held up on a tough pitch. He had trouble with the slider, the 2 strikeouts previous. Wasn't fishing that time.
Napoli in his career 3 for 8 against Hunter. On the outside corner for strike 3. Napoli disagrees and look back at Marvin Hudson as Hunter strikes out the first batter that he faces coming in.
Well, he can't hit it. You might as well take it because this is a paintball on the corner right there. Pitcher's pitch. Can't do much with it.
So 2 down here in the 8th inning. Jared Saltalamacchia singled in the 4th inning. A 1-for-3 night. And a pitch inside for ball 1.
That's a hard cutter. He's got over 90-mile-an-hour cutter. And then he drops a changeup on him. I mean, he's got like starter stuff. That's why he goes multiple innings for them.
Grounder foul, 97 on the fastball, 1-2. Covidien, delivering innovative healthcare products across the globe, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation. Hunter ahead here, 1-2. Saltalamacchia gets time. Outside for ball 2. Tampa Bay with a 4-1 lead tonight over the Angels in the 9th inning in St. Pete. Saltalamacchia takes ball 3. Red Sox starting the day with a 2.5 game lead over the Rays. And the Yankees trail 7-2 to Toronto. The payoff pitch. Fouled back. We'll do it again.
Boy, he's seen everything in this at bat. He throws him a 3-2 curveball. Guy's got 98. He's throwing changeups, cutters. Changeup.
3-2. And Saltalamacchia drives it to left field. Does it have enough? It's back, and it is off the wall. Off the top of the wall. McLeod will get it in, and it's a double for Saltalamacchia. Narrowly missing a home run.
And how close was this to being out of the ballpark? He saw everything in that at bat. After a 3-2 curveball, gets a 3-2 changeup, high changeup. He stays back long enough, lifts this ball down the left field line. You think it's going to slice, but it hits the top of the fence, maybe 2-3 feet from going out of here. That would have been a beautiful thing.
Now a chance here for Stephen Drew to put the Red Sox on top here in the last of the 8th. Walked in the 3rd inning, struck out in the 4th. They're not going to give him the opportunity as they will put him on intentionally. And coming out here for Xander Bogaerts is Mike Karp.
Boy, that was quite an at bat by Salty. Seeing all those pitches, if he flips that ball over the, oh my goodness. Another double just to stay in shape, leads the team in doubles.
So Drew down to first base on the intentional walk. So Bob's Discount Furniture is going to bat for the Jimmy Fund once again. Bob will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon for every game saved this season. For quality, choice, and value, nobody beats Bob. Visit mybobs.com to learn more. Koji Uehara up in the pen. This pinch hitting is Mike Karp for Xander Bogaerts here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bogaerts had been 0 for 3 in the game. Karp had .303 with 8 homers and 30 runs batted in.
Talk about the 10th player, Karp. Some nice numbers there that you didn't expect. Big at bat here.
Karp fouls it off, jumps on that first pitch.
A little too much hump on that ball, a little late on the fastball.
Registered at 96 miles an hour. Little flare and his short left. Out goes Machado. Can't get it. Around from second comes Saltalamacchia. The Red Sox will take a 4-3 lead. Mike Karp with a pinch hit single to put the Sox on top.
What a huge hit by Karp. Didn't hit it very hard. Who cares? It's a thing. Machado can't get to this. He gets jammed. Fights it off just enough to get over Machado's head. You see him backpedaling this ball. You think he's going to get to it. He dives just out of his reach. Salty scores easy. Big hit. 4-3 Red Sox. Yes. Boy, that is a thing, but it works. Could be a game winner.
Will Middlebrooks pinch running here for Karp. Obviously taking over third base in Bogaerts' spot. He was pinch hit for by Karp, and now Johnny Gomes bats for the first time tonight. And a swing and a miss. The Red Sox look to obtain some insurance now.
Johnny trying to hit a 3-run bomb right there.
The Orioles will have Markakis, Hardy, and Wieters scheduled, and Uehara ready in the pen for the Red Sox.
Oh, he is perched out there ready to save this game. This is a crusher for the Orioles to lose this game.
Gomes to right, but right at Markakis, who makes the catch to end things here in the 8th. Red Sox, thanks to a pinch hit, base hit by Mike Karp, have a 4-3 lead. Well, don't forget, Nessa's post-game coverage of the Sox begins right after the game with WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Jim and TC break down the highlights, and Jenny will bring you reaction from the players. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. You can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. Now Mike Carp with a big pinch hit single that has given the Red Sox a 4-3 advantage as we head to the 9th inning. Defensive change for the Red Sox after Middlebrooks pinch runs for Carp. Stays in the game at third base. And the new pitcher is Koji Uehara into his 59th game of the year. He's 13 out of 16 in save opportunities. A 1.24 earned run average, 79 Ks to only 9 walks. And opponents hitting 144 against him. Facing his old team in the Orioles, trying to close it out here in the 9th.
And they're going to slow him down too. He likes to get it and throw it.
Markakis fouls the first pitch back.
You just want to knock this game out as a reliever. I mean, this is a big save. A game they came back down 3-1.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. A good splitter from Koji Uehara.
He's got the most consistent splitter that goes down, always goes down. I mean, he gets swings and misses all the time. And then he slips the cheese by you.
Swing and a miss, and Markakis is strikeout number 1 of the 9th inning, 1 down.
And the back-to-back split fingers here just puts away Markakis. You know, to me, that's like a hard knuckleball. You know, it just disappears. Look at the swing. And that one didn't even go down that much.
1 down in the 9th inning for J.J. Hardy, who's had an 0-for-3 night. As he'll take ball 1.
This guy's got one thing in mind, trying to leave.
Fouled off, 1-1. Congratulatory hug from Big Papi David Ortiz to Mike Carp.
That was a thing that he hit, but it looked like in the box score a bullet.
On the outside corner. Fastball at 90 miles an hour as Hardy shaking his head.
And then he paints with that. I mean, this guy's phenomenal. I mean, this fastball 90 on the corner.
On the ground to third base. Middlebrooks just into the game. His throw is good. 2 down in the 9th. Safeco Insurance, let's just take a look at the road ahead for the Red Sox. Chris Tillman, 14-4 with a 3.66 earned run average against John Lester, 12-7, 2.70 ERA in August. Lester hopes his recent success of late will continue. He's won both of his last 2 starts, allowing only 1 run. 2 down in the 9th. Matt Wieters, the batter, 0-for-3 in the game. Ball 1 outside.
Throw a lot of splitters tonight. That one went sideways.
Wieters hits a fly ball to right field. Nava will have room, and the Red Sox will win it. A 1-2-3 9th inning for Koji Uehara. The Red Sox come from behind to beat the Baltimore Orioles tonight as they hold on to win 4-3 in this game, and Koji Uehara able to pick up the save. Bob's Discount Furniture will again donate $1,000 to Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon for every game saved this season. With the save, Bob's donation total this season now stands at $26,000. Everybody saves money at Bob's Discount Furniture. Visit mybobs.com to learn more. So the Red Sox are victorious tonight, 4-3. In dramatic fashion, Mike Carp with a big pinch hit single, and Tom Caron, a lot of fun tonight at Fenway Park.